Hello everyone and welcome to week 11. Hard to believe it is week 11, but it is. As per usual, I'm just going to give you a quick overview. This is going to be a very short video. So last week we looked in our shared site, we looked at instructions, rubrics, and weighted grades. And Alyssa's gone over a lot of that in our in-class sessions. Of course, if you can't make the in-class sessions, we can set up working meetings with Alyssa or Gordon Ma. So starting up this week, we're looking at indirect instruction. So let's take a look at that in our shell. All right, here we are in our shared shell. And of course, as per usual, you have some work to do. But basically, indirect instruction is the majority of an online course. So that's when students are working through materials without you. If you're a blended teacher, you're developing a blended course, it might be a bit different where the lecture is online and then you do some hands-on things in class. But we're looking at indirect instruction, and as you can see, it's a shorter one. There is some websites. This is a very good one to take a look at, and at this point in your development, this might be too late for something like this, but it can give you some ideas. And then the video, the tips and tricks, is on the marked reviewed button. So that's how you can have your students be marking reviewed so they can keep track and also you can keep track. So that leads us into our group session, which is on Friday at 9:30 to 11:30 in K203 as per usual. And this is keeping track. So keeping on track for your students and yourself, and that's looking at the retention center and the performance dashboard, which if you're teaching either online or blended or face-to-face, some really great tools within Blackboard that you can use. So I do highly recommend this one. Again, bring your laptops and you can work through that with Alyssa while we're there. One thing I'd like to mention is our group session after this Friday is our last group session together. So that will be the 28th, November the 28th, and some exciting news is I've been able to put together a panel of past participants of the OCDP, so you can come and ask them questions. They're going to have some practical advice, because really they're the ones teaching online, so you can listen to me all you want, but they are the ones that are day in, day out teaching online and blended. So I do recommend, if you can make that session, it's a good one, and you can bring your questions. There'll be more information on it next week. Okay, so just to end off, sort of like, where are we in this process? So this is familiar to you. We look at this quite a bit. So right now, here's where we are. We're creating, last week we looked at creating videos. We're creating tests, banks and pools. And you might even be the point where you're getting to the point where you're putting your material in Blackboard, if not all of your material. Working with a lot of you, you're starting to develop patterns. So once you get that pattern down, it does become easier and easier. So we're week 11 right now. This is week 11, 12, 13. Week 14, you're doing a bit of this personal quality assurance, and then I'm doing the final QA. I've been sending out the appointments for those final reviews. You do not have to come in for those appointments. It's just a placeholder in your calendar so you know when I'll be going into your course. If your course is to be running in January, your review will be sometime in the mid to end of December. If your course is not running until the summer or the fall or the winter, after that, it will be into January when you're having that final QA, unless you'd like it a bit earlier, which I can do, but usually I do not get that request. But that's where we are. So just a last piece of advice today is everyone is working very hard, but just keep calm and keep building. If you need to have those working sessions with myself, with Mark, with Alyssa, with Greg, we're all here to help. So please let us know, and don't be toiling away, frustrating yourselves if there's something that we can help you with. We're more than happy to help in any way that we can. All right, great work everyone, and we'll see you on Friday.